Hello everyone. I'm on a minute early. My mat always looks wonky when I first come on. Anybody there? If you're on, say hello. Please. I'm hoping that my chat thing is working all right. Oh, there we are, Tracy. Hello, Tracy. And Ian's on as well. Sounding clear, good. Oh, hello, Carolyn. Hi, Janice. Hello, Gaina. Oh, thank you all for joining us. I think 7 o'clock at night is probably a lot better for most people, isn't it? So, so I think that's what we'll stick to for now. Hello, Helen. How is everyone? You all okay? You all keeping nice and warm? Hi, Rhiannon, aka Elizabeth. If everyone can take 2 seconds to share this live, that would be fabulous. If you can share it on your own news feed and share it into any groups any crafty groups or any anything like that you know that you're able to share. Hello, Sue. Welcome. That would be fabulous. It all helps get our name out there a bit more. Anyone that's missed the live, I will be uploading it to YouTube as we always do. Hello, Lynn. How are you? So, so anyone that wants to watch it later, they can watch it either on our Facebook page. There's a live section on there. You just click on that and you can watch all of the lives that we've recorded over the years, or go to our YouTube channel. I think it's Valleycraft Limited, and all the lives get uploaded to there as well. You can't comment or anything because it's afterwards, but at least you get to watch it. Tracy's coached up with her hot water bottle. And Lynn says, I am a very early started. Not quite sure what that means. Oh, yeah, I think hot water bottles are the thing at the moment. Hopefully it's going to get a bit warmer as the days go on. I can hope. I can hope. Right, so cracking on. So this is the card I'm going to be showing today. Nice and pretty. I should be able to share a link actually. Can I share a link? Oh, no. Maybe not, I won't bother with that. There should be a link somewhere anyway if anyone wants to have a look at the products, or just go onto our website. If you go into shop by brand and then find Julie Hickey, then all the products I'm using today and all the other ones that we've still got in stock will be on the website. Or you can pop into the shop and have a look. We're open tomorrow from 10 till 3. Yeah, so that's the card I'm going to do today. It's quite a simple. I'm a simple person. I like doing simple cards, not like Ian. And this one is actually from an inspiration sheet that we have had from Julie Hickey. What she's going to do with every new collection that she releases. One of the fabulous things about Julie now is she doesn't sell on television anymore, which is brilliant for independent craft shops like ours, because we get all the sales rather than the television grabbing most of them. So that's obviously good for us small little shops. And what she's going to do is she's going to produce an inspiration sheet for every collection that she releases, and we're going to get a copy of it, and then we can then share it with you guys. So this is on our website if you want to download it. What you do is go to valleycraft.co.uk, and then at the top there's a more section. If you hover over that and scroll down to downloads, then it's on there. You'll see it at the very top of the list, and then you can download the PDF. You can print it out if you want to, or you can just keep it on your computer or your tablet or whatever, and it just gives you a couple of ideas. So if you've got any of the collection, it gives you a good place to start then. All right, so this is the card that I based. Well, I didn't base it, I just did basically exactly the same thing. As soon as I got the collection, it's like, right, I need to play with it. So I thought, that's a nice one, I'll do that first of all. So I sort of figured out more or less how it was done. I'm probably doing it a little bit differently to how Hazel has done it, but hey ho, there we are. As long as you get a good result, it doesn't really matter how you get there, does it? So yeah, so that's the card I'm going to do today. As you can see, I've gone butterfly mad, and I stamped a load of butterflies out in the shop yesterday using VersaFine Clair ink pads. We love VersaFine Clair ink pads. They're just so nice. They're just so crisp and lovely colours as well. So I stamped out a load of those, and then I put a little bit of glitter overlay stuff. I don't know if you can see that on there, but they sort of shimmer and sparkle. I was going to make a card out of all of them, and then I realised that the card would have to be about a metre in size, so so I only used one of them on a card. So that's the card that I made with one of the butterflies. I went completely pink. I just went pink crazy. Oh, hi Donna. Hello, Mum. Carol is my mum, for anyone that doesn't know. Yeah, so I went completely pink crazy, and I did a card using one of the stencils for the stars in the corners. This is a happy birthday stamp and die that we had a while ago, so it's from an older collection. But the butterfly and the little butterflies are from the new collection as well. So that's one card I made. This is another card I made. This one was using the Circle Medley stamp and the stencil again. Just quite a simple card again, but some lovely positive wording that you can stamp into the circles. Really easy to colour as well. It was just a case of scribbling with me with my alcohol pens. So, you know, and then I've mounted it up on foam pads to give it a bit of dimension. So that was that one, and then I also did another one, which was this one. Again, using the stencils, and I basically there's 4 stencils. I'll show you them in a minute, and I just put it onto a piece of card and inked through with some different coloured inks, just as it was, and that gave me that. And then the butterfly I've heat embossed with white embossing powder, and that's out of parchment. And then I've also done the butterfly word down the bottom out of parchment. So it's just nice because it just gives it a nice subtle effect, and then put some little bling in the middle as well. But obviously you've got to leave a bit of dimension on your butterfly so it can flap. And of course I've used one of my favourite colours, teal. Oh, yes, I am going to show my folder, Ian. Thank you, Tracy. Beautiful cards, she says. So I'll put those to the side. My butterflies can flutter away up there. And then I'm going to get my... So a while ago, anyone that's been watching us for a while knows that we did a quick live a couple of years ago, probably now. Hazel Eaton she designed some stamp folders, and I changed it a little bit to make it better for me, and I did put a poster live a while ago on that, and Ian has actually adapted it a little bit, so it's improved now. So it's actually got more of a solid spine. Yeah, so we'll probably at some point... Oh, here we are. Donna remembers it. At some point we'll probably do another live on it, just if anyone is interested in seeing how we make these things, because they're really handy. Because if you've got a full collection, or even if you've just got a collection of stamps from different people, but if you've got like a lot of different alphabet stamps from different suppliers, or lots of flower stamps from different suppliers, and you want them to all be in one place, and you don't fancy leaving them all loose, then this is quite a nice way of doing it. So basically, this was my front page, and then Ian has actually added an outer leaf. So what I ideally would do is put that on the front page there so that you can see it. So that is just a little cover picture thing that I did. And that was sort of the inspiration for that card as well. Because I did that first of all, and I thought, oh, actually that'd be quite nice in the card. So yeah, so that's where that inspiration came from. And then I got little tabs, and then as you fold the tabs over, I've stuck the packaging of my stamps in to the leaves and cut the top off where the little hangy bit is. I've cut that off so you can access the stamp from the top, and then all you need to do is just get your fingers in and pull it out. Simple as that. It uses the packaging, which I think makes it a lot easier, because then you're not chucking things out. It also keeps the stamp protected, and it means that if you've got any loose stamps, occasionally with loose stamps, if you've got little ones, they might get a little bit dusty or dirty, and then they might fall. They might not want to stick to your cling as much. So keeping them in its pocket means it's not going to actually fall out of your little book. So that's why I do it this way. Hazel does it a slightly different way, but it's up to you which way you prefer to do it. Mum says that's a good idea. Thank you, Mum. Yeah, so so this is the new collection anyway. So this is the Letter Medley A6 stamp set. So this is the one I've used in the background of this. So it all comes pre-grunged and everything. So very easy to use. You just ink it and stamp it. Brilliant. Then on the next page, I've got Hazel's Butterfly stamp set and Hazel's Dragonfly stamp set. So the butterfly is the one I've used quite a lot, and then you've got the little butterflies, you've got the nice butterfly sentiment going across, and a little butterfly wordy bit, grungy sort of thing that you could use in backgrounds. And then on the right hand side you've got the dragonfly. I think I might actually use the dragonfly today, just to mix it up a little bit, because I haven't actually used the dragonfly yet. So that's the dragonfly with grungy bits and splodges and all sorts of stuff like that. So you can use these if you want, or you can just use the dragonflies or the butterflies and just keep it nice and simple. So that's those two. Then we've got the circles medley and the squares medley. Haven't used the squares medley yet, but the circles medley is the one that I used for this card. So obviously, whichever way it went, I don't know. But yeah, so you don't have to use it like that. You can turn it sideways, you can use it whatever way you want. You can add extra circles into it as well, maybe do a bit of masking, so you've got some in front, some behind. All sorts of things you can do with that. And then you've got all these cute little words, which I stamped in the centre of the circles. And then you've got the squares on the right hand side there, which you could also stamp these words into. Also, so I think Ian mentioned, if anyone's got any of the woodware little, I can't remember what they're called. There was at Christmas we had some woodware. It was with the bubble bauble stamps. There were some little stamps that went with it that you could stamp into the bubble baubles and things. So I mean, they would go, maybe not the Christmassy ones, but I think they do some everyday ones as well. So, well, I suppose you could do Christmassy ones in there, couldn't you? If it's coming up to Christmas, but we're not doing Christmas at the moment. Yeah, so that's the squares. And it's got some extra little elements in there that you can stamp into there if you wanted to, or you can mix and match, you know, all sorts you can do. Yeah, bubble bauble stamps, that's the one. And then on the last 2 pages, you've got 2 stencils. So you've got the backgrounds number 2 stencil, which is this one. And all I've done with this, because the packaging was actually a bit too big, the plastic packaging, I've just taken the plastic packaging off, stuck the background bit in, and then I've just used a bit of low tack tape just to hold the stencil in there. Simple. So this one is really useful because you've got the circles, you've got the squares, you've got the stars, and you've got sort of the what do you call it, hop sack or whatever you call it, effect. Not rucksack, is it? I don't know, I've lost my words today. So yeah, so you've got those 4 there, so really nice. So you can either, so all I did with this one, with this card, was I just plonked that onto the top there and inked through it just as it was. I didn't change anything around or move anything around at all. Just left it like that. Whereas with this one, and also with the stars one as well, that I did in the corners, I just used the circle one, put the circle one on, inked it, moved it around, inked it, and the same on that side as well. So you can get a nice bit of dimension and detail. Hemp, mesh, yes. Any of the above. Yeah, it is like a mesh, isn't it? So that's that one. And then the last one is Hazel's Dragonfly and Butterfly Stencil and Mask Set. Easy for me to say. So this one has got a dragonfly shape and a butterfly shape. So you've got the innie and the outie basically. So you've got the stencil and the mask. So if you wanted to ink around the butterfly, you'd have a white butterfly and then the ink around it, or you can use the stencil part and ink inside it, or stamp. There's all sorts of things you could do. So I need to play more. But any cards I make, I'll be sharing onto our private Facebook group, Valley Crafters. So if you're not a member already and you've supported Valley Craft at all, then join and get some inspiration from us and all the lovely customers. So that's the collection. We do have a special offer on the full collection in the shop. It's only available in the shop, I'm afraid. We can't do the discount on the website. If you buy one of everything, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stamps and 2 stencils, then you get 10% off. So I think it works out about £54 something with the discount. or you can just pick and choose. Cherry pick, that's the word. Right, okay, so let's crack on. So I'm going to get my letter medley stamp out first of all, and I'm going to find my piece of card, which is this piece of card. I've already cut it down to size, so it's the right size, and because I'm just stamping, I don't need to worry about making it bigger or anything like that and then cutting it down afterwards. I'm pretty confident that I can do it. So Julie's stamps, they are, I think, if I'm right, photopolymer, which is good quality because it means you can do all your different techniques with it, and they are thick as well. You know, sometimes when you get a stamp and you feel it and you're like, no, it feels a bit flimsy. Certainly ones you get Freebird magazines and things like that, they tend to be quite flimsy. They're usually acrylic, whereas this is photopolymer, and you can, the thickness, they are thicker and the quality is a lot better. So yeah, so they are very good. So I'm just going to get my stamping tool. Oh, what size of card am I using? Well, that's a very good question, Ian. I'm so glad you asked, because I haven't got a clue. Well, basically, all I did was this is my A5 card blank. So it basically it's just a sheet of A4 card, scored at 15 and folded in half. And then I've got a sheet of holographic card. I'm into my holographic card at the moment. I don't know what it is. It's very disconcerting because I never used to like holographic card, but now I'm quite, as long as it's not too over the top, I don't mind it too much. Yeah, so all I did was I cut this as 1 centimetre smaller. So I think this is 14 centimetres by 20 centimetres. I'm sorry, I work in centimetres, so you'll have to figure it out. Ask Google or something. And then my last piece of card here is another centimetre smaller, so it's 13 centimetres by 19 centimetres. I actually did measure that, which is something. I don't usually measure even that. I usually just go by eye, but no, I knew someone would ask. And it had to be Ian, didn't it? Right, so then all I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that it's the right way up. Is it the right way up? Yes, it's the right way up. Although it doesn't really matter, does it? Because I could always turn my piece of card upside down afterwards, couldn't I? And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to position it in the middle of my piece of card. Close my stamping tool and open it again. And then I'm going to use, I'm going purple tonight. I'm going Villainous Potion, Distress Oxide. So, I don't know how Hazel did this, and I'm sure she'll do a live at some point, and she'll probably do something completely different to me. But all I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a little, one of the smoothies, a little squishy thing. You could probably use a blending tool or something like that if you wanted to. But, oh, hang on a minute. What's Ian going on about? Oh, right. Yes, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to just get some ink on my smoothie. And then I'm just gonna sort of pick out a few little areas on this stamp with the ink. So I'm just gonna blob it on. I'm just gonna wiggle through the middle of it, I think, really. Just like that. And then work it out a little bit. I don't want to do too much because I don't want it to be too overpowering, but I shall try that and see what it looks like. If it doesn't look right, then it's not the end of the world. So walk over with my fingers. And that's a good thing about a stamping tool as well, is if it doesn't look quite right, or if you miss a bit, then you can always stamp again, like I just did there, see? And the good thing about this as well is because it's quite a distressed style. Oh, hello Hazel! Because it's quite a distressed style design, it doesn't matter if you blur it or you stamp it twice or you cock up. Doesn't matter at all. Oh, what did Hazel do? I inked the stamp up with the purple and stamped it, then spritzed with water, dried it off, then re-inked it in black over the top. Oh, well, I didn't bother spritzing it. And I'm not using card that likes water very much, so I'm going to do it a bit differently. I'm just gonna leave it like that. So that looks nice, just like that, I think, doesn't it? And then I'm going to get rid of, don't hate me, I'm going to get rid of my ink off here. We are, nice clean stamp again, that's what we like. And then I'm just going to re-ink it with my VersaFine Clair Nocturne, and then stamp it again. If I can get the lid off, there we are. These ink pads are fabulous, really nice. So just ink up all of that. Anyone got any questions? Oh yes, Hazel, I always clean my stamps. I'm always watching your lives and shouting at you for not cleaning yours. Oh no, I can't leave my stamp dirty. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Well, it didn't do last time, Ian, when I did it. But it has done this time, hasn't it? Where have I put my spritzy thing? I wonder if when I did it last time, maybe it moved. Maybe my piece of card moved a little bit. Which is why I ended up with the blue coming through. So what I might do is I might try inking again. Yeah, so maybe the way Hazel did it would probably be a bit better by spritzing it, because then the water is going to react with the ink and then it's going to disperse a bit more, isn't it? But I wasn't prepared for that. I'm afraid. Ooh, sticky, sticky. Yeah, there is a little bit of purple in there, not quite as much as I would like, but there is a hint of purple in there, definitely. There we are. Let's cheat. That's the good thing about card making, is you just experiment and you just try these different things and see how it turns out. So what I'm just using is just water and my trusty cloth, And even with the VersaFine Clair ink pads, if you clean the stamp straight away, then you can get it off. If you leave it on to dry, then obviously it's not gonna come off. So you'd have to use a stamp cleaner. But if you're quick, you can usually just use water. Now, where am I? Put that there. So yeah, that's a really useful stamp, that one is, because you can just use it for so many different backgrounds. You could just, if you wanted, you can just ink it up and just stamp with your hand as well over a background. That's something else I'm gonna have to try now. Oh, it's just too many different things to try. Right, so now I'm gonna do dragonflies. Rather than butterflies this time. So, get my... Oh, thank you, Hazel. I wonder who told me about this. Could it have been you? I'm far more organised than Ian is. When I get new stamps, I put them into nice little folders. I won't show you where Ian's stamps all are. Right, so I'm gonna stamp my dragonfly. Oh, he's a cute one, isn't he? So I'm going to stamp my dragonfly. Oh, he's got a little bit of a wiggly tail as well. These will be a little bit sticky when you first get them, but as you use them over time, they will lose their stickiness. So just inking up with VersaFine Clair again. And then just going to stamp that. Don't need to put too much pressure. Beautiful. Why my dragonfly tail not quite? That's better. So that's my dragonfly. He's a nice dragonfly, he is, isn't he? And then just give my stamp a quick wipe. Doobie-doo. Oh, what's everyone been up to today? Anyone been doing any card making or any other types of craft? Or have you all been busy in work? I've been cleaning today. Right, and then I need a smaller dragonfly as well. So if I... Ooh, see, there's two different ones. There's a diddy little one there or the bigger one. I'm going to go for the bigger one. And then I'm going to stamp that. Doesn't really matter where I stamp it because I'm going to cut him out anyway. You probably don't need a stamping tool to be able to stamp these. I mean, they're good quality stamps and nice crisp images anyway, but I always think if you've got the tool, then use it, just to be on the safe side. Ooh, wow, Sue McPherson has made 7 cards today. Wow, you've been a busy little bee. Tracy's been in work, earning money to fund your crafting habit, no doubt, Tracy. And my mum has been packing because my mum and dad are coming to stay with us tomorrow for the weekend. To celebrate Ian's birthday, which is coming up soon. And it's a big one. Guess how old he's going to be? Oh, there we are. And I might as well do my dragonfly as well while I'm here. I'll use the word dragonfly. Well, the only thing with this is it's circular, isn't it? Whereas the other one was straight. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, Sue is a little bit out. My mum is a bit warmer. And Ian is spot on. He's going to be the big 5-0. He doesn't look a day over 49 though. And this stamp has got lots of little sort of breaks in the design as well, so it's not perfect. So it means that if you do stamp it and you miss a little bit out, it doesn't really matter because it just looked like it's meant to be like that anyway. Oh, Sue's wishing she was 50. Don't wish your life away, Sue. You'll get there eventually. Right, there we are. So that's my dragonfly word done. Put that back in my packaging, so that's out of the way. The only thing you've got to be careful about with versifying clairs is they do stay wet for longer than faster drying inks. So you have to be careful that when you've stamped that you leave it for a while. You can get your little heat tool out and give it a quick dry if you want, or just do the waft technique. Just to make sure that if you stick your fingers in it, you're not going to smudge it or get it all over your hands like I usually do. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just get a little bit of water, just a little bit, on my my blending mat, and I've got a paintbrush. You could use a water brush, yeah, water brush if you wanted. And I'm just going to get a little bit of the ink. Make sure I don't dip it into the water because I don't want it dipped into the water because I don't want to damage the ink pad. And then just pick up some of the colour on your paintbrush. And then all I'm going to do is just I need to colour the whole wing, don't I really? Why not? Leave a little bit rough, but that's fine. So that's the thing with you can colour with all your ink pads. You can just use them as you would with all your other watercolour products. Lovely. So that's really easy. I mean, with my butterfly that I did before, I just flicked out from the middle on both sides. But the dragonfly is probably even easier to colour really, because it's just there's only a couple of wings. And then going down the body. Apart from stays on. Oh yeah, stays. I don't like stays on. I can't stand the smell of stays on. Blech. It smells of marzipan. Blech. Revolting. And the thing with this card as well is you can do exactly the same card in lots of different colours. A bit like I've done with my butterflies. You can just do them in all sorts of different colours and then do exactly the same card, but you're, you know, you're just mixing it up a little bit. And this time I'm going to go down on the left-hand side. I'm just going to put a little bit of colour just around the circles, just for a little bit of extra interest. Don't have to be too precise. You can colour them all in if you wanted to, or you could use alcohol pens to colour them in as well, a bit like I did with this card. Just use alcohol pens and swirl around with those, so dead easy. There we are. So that's all I'm going to do with my colouring. So simple pimple. That's the thing about this collection, is I think you can, oh no, don't like marzipan, is you can do some really lovely cards, but really quickly and easily as well. Bit of glitter in there would be nice as well. I might have to do that afterwards. Oh, Hazel, don't tease us. Part 2 is in the making. Right, so where are my scissors? So just that is more or less dry now. Who else likes marzipan? Anyone? Or is it just these two funny ones? Hazel and Ian. Oh dear. I'm glad Gainer's with me. Gainer doesn't like marzipan either. Now this one has got very fine little legs. Apparently, I was watching a live the other day, I think that Julie Hickey did, and she did say that she was going to be bringing out some dies at some point, or she was looking at bringing out some dies to be able to cut the dragonfly and butterfly out. So, I mean, it's a fairly easy design to cut out anyway. It's just the legs that are a bit of a pain, but if you're not fussed about the legs, then you can always cut them off and draw them in afterwards. If you're just sticking it on a card, you can either draw them in or stamp it underneath. See, I'm going to go quiet now because I'm cutting. I always do it when I'm concentrating. I always go quiet. And then I'm just going around, leaving a little bit of a border. You can go right up to the lines if you wanted to, but I quite like leaving a border. I think it just looks, nice. Oh, hello Denise, didn't see you there. Ooh, what are people saying? I think that's the second stage maybe. Oh right, yeah, the dies. Yeah, the dies will be part 2. Fabulous. Something to look forward to. You heard it here first, peeps. Oops. Nearly done. I think the butterfly was probably a little bit easier actually because it's mainly wings, whereas the dragonfly, why did I pick the dragonfly? Dragonfly has got the thin tail and more legs as well. But that's fine, I got there eventually. Oh, hi Maddie. How are you? Oh, so that's my big butterfly, and then I'm just going to quickly cut out my little one as well. I might forget about his legs a little bit as well, because they're so small anyway, it doesn't really matter, does it? Maybe he's been in a fight and he's lost a couple of legs. Or she, could be a she dragonfly. Or it could be a non-binary dragonfly. These scissors are fab as well. They're Fiskars ones. They're really nice. They got sort of the springy. They're the springy ones, so they automatically spring out. And they're really sharp as well. Nice point to them. There we are for that. I'm very well, thank you, Maddie. See, Hazel has said, have you spotted the hidden word in the background stamp? No, I hadn't spotted the word, but I did watch your live the other day, so I know where it is. Where is it? It's D-R-A-G-O-N. Dragon. And seeing as we're in Wales, you know, everyone loves dragons in Wales. So I think you need to design a dragon stamp now, Hazel. Dragons and sheep. Always very popular with our customers. So this one I'm doing exactly the same, going around, doing a little bit of a border. Because this is circles, I'm going a bit wiggly. And it doesn't matter if you don't have a precise border around it all, you know, it can be in and out, shaken all about. Doesn't matter. Just enjoy the process, that's the thing, isn't it? There we are. Hazel, I didn't say it, but Hazel said, I'm the dragon. As in, she's the dragon. I'm not a dragon. I don't think you're a dragon, Hazel. You're a little pussycat. Right, so engage brain. So what else do I need to do? Right, so the only other thing I need to do is I need to stamp. What else have I got? Oh. So Ian came in and nicked my little collection. There's a little dragonfly there, isn't there? I could put some butterflies. I'm going to put some butterflies with my. I'm going to go completely out of the park here. And I'm going to put some butterflies on my dragonfly card. So just going to use you can use your stamping tool. This is just a little acrylic block that I've got, and then I'm just going to put some butterflies up there, and give that a quick clean. Because these are such small stamps, you don't really need to worry about rinsing them. And then there's these cute little butterflies at the bottom. Little trail of butterflies, I think they call it, don't they? And that should just about fit on my block. I'm just going to make that one up as well and pop that. Yeah, I'll stick it over this side. Don't think about it, just do it. That's the secret, isn't it? When you think about things, you can't do them properly. Just go with your gut. Go with the flow. Lovely. There's all sorts of things you could use those. You could do some smaller butterflies. All sorts of things. It's got so much potential. The collection has. So this is my card blank, and that's my piece of holographic. And I'm just going to use a bit of glue to stick this onto my base card. Because the holographic has got it's got multiple colours in it anyway. So because I'm using the purple, that sort of comes out, and it was the same with the blue as well that I did on the last card. There's little bits of blue in there as well, so it just picks up all the different colours, which is quite nice. Yes, I think we know that, Tracy. We know you wouldn't call Hazel a dragon. There we are. So that's stuck on there. Fabulous. And then with my dragonflies, what I tend to do is, you probably can't see the end of my table here, but I'm just going to roll the wings across the end of the table, the edge of my table, just to give a bit of dimension, just either side. There we are, just like that. So now the wings are curved, and then I'm just going to bend the middle bit so they stick up, and that's exactly what I did with the butterfly as well, just so that the body is flat and then the wings are nicely curved. And then I'm going to get a little bit of foam pad, and I'm going to stick, well, this is a big foam pad, but I'm going to cut my big foam pad down into smaller, just so that it keeps its dimension when it's on the card. You could use your 3D glue gel or silicone glue or anything like that if you wanted, but I'm just using a foam pad because I don't know where the glue gel is. Well, you're hairy enough, Ian. Who's Shirley? No, I don't know. I think everyone's hasn't had enough sun. They're all going a bit doolally, me included. So I'm just going to put some PVA glue on the body. Wait for it to come down a bit. Come on down. It's been standing up for too long, that's the thing. There we go. Just so that the body sits flat, and then take the backing off my foam pads. You can double these up if you wanted it to be higher as well, or just leave it with one pad if you want. Up to you. And then I'm just going to push the wings a little bit so that they're sticking up nicely. Fabulous. There we are. So that's my dragonfly sat on his wall, whatever it is. And then I've got my other little butterfly, my other little dragonfly even. I'm going to do the same thing with that as well on the edge of my table, just to curve the wings. Oh, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? It's an hour gone already, nearly. It wouldn't take you an hour to make this card. I've just been talking. There we are. And then this one, I think I'm just going to put a bit of glue just on the body. And stick him over there. He's flying up there to say hello to the butterflies. And then I've got my dragonfly word, which I'm going to put onto some foam pads as well. So, easier if you had little foam pads really, but I don't know where Ian keeps his little foam pads, so I'm having to use his big ones. Not a problem. Yeah, it would be easy to batch make these as well, wouldn't it? Just vary it with just a different colour and then just have a load of them. It'll take you less time. Stick that up there. No, I can't find anything in his craft room, Hazel. Although he's just reorganised it all. Well, I say reorganised it. He's moved it all around. So now everything is in a different position. But it is better the way it is now. It's better for doing lives, and it's better for... We've got a bit more room on the table as well, so... Just need to organise everything, all his stamps and his dies. I'll stick it down there. There we are. Then you could put some, if you've got any glossies or anything like that, you could put some of those in, just scatter them around. You could put some glitter down the middle of the body just to give that a bit more bling. There's all sorts of different things you could do. Hazel says I'm tidy. Thank you, Hazel. I am a bit obsessive with with tidiness. I'm like Phil Martin, I am. Only I've got a nicer voice. There we are, so sorted. So slightly different. But yeah, as Hazel said, what she did on her sample, which was on this inspiration sheet, she stamped the blue first of all, inked it up onto the stamp and then stamped it onto the card and then just spritzed it. And then what that will do is it'll just help the ink will just spread a little bit. And then when you stamp it with your black over the top, that's how you get that nice effect. So I got that sort of similarly got that effect without actually trying on that one. But this is quite nice as well, just adding a little bit of extra colour on top. So yeah, so you can, there's all sorts of things you can do, and there's no right or wrong. So just enjoy having a play. Yeah, so these were the cards I did. That was the other one, and then that one with the vellum butterfly, and just inking through with the stencil, and then that one which I like as well, Inspire, Dream and Believe. You know, it's nice and optimistic. We like a bit of optimism, don't we? So there we are. Here's all my cards. So thank you for joining us, everyone. Enjoy playing, and don't forget to share your creations on Valley Crafters. It'd be lovely to see them. If you do share them on Facebook in general, if you use the hashtag Julie Hickey or Hazel Eaton, then they'll get to see them as well. And I know Hazel has got a private group as well that you can join, Hazel Eaton design demonstrator and something or other, I think it is. So you can have a look on, you can post cards onto her group as well. So that's me done for the night. Thank you everyone for joining us, and I'll upload this video to YouTube as well, so if you don't get a chance to watch it on Facebook, you can watch it on YouTube, or if you want to watch it later, you can do. And I think that's all I've got to say, really. So have a nice evening, everyone. Wrap up warm, and take care, and we shall see you hopefully very soon. Thank you very much. Bye then.